Hey everybody, it's week 13. Can you believe it? It's all the time we have to talk about team integration and enrolling people into your business because that's where duplication and growth happens is enrollments. So let's get started. So team integration and enrolling or enrollment excellence. This is all predicated on the four gears that you see there: trust, tools, momentum, and action. That's kind of how all the things necessary for this to be in place for it to be something that you look forward to, but also something that you can actually say is predictable for the growth of your business and your leader's business and your prospects that you're bringing in, which you're going to turn into partners. So welcome to week 13 of the SC1 factory training. We're talking about shifting from personal mastery to team mastery. And if you remember, so we are now week 13, the first 12 weeks we've been talking about personal mastery and all kinds of other things. So from your own product story, having your own product story, talking about the tools, the IT, the first T in tools, learning how to master those, learning how to master the presentation and the follow-up to make, what do they say? The fortune is in the follow-up, right? Handling objections because you're going to get more objections than you get approval. So learn to eat no as your vitamin. Okay.
Or dessert.
Or
Just
dessert,
enjoy
yes.
it.
And then growth, because when you deal with all the personal mastery stuff, growth happens. And then it's just a matter of duplicating and celebrating the wins. So shifting from personal mastery to team mastery, critical important. Integration is the bridge between knowledge and duplication.
One of the things I want to say though, before we move on from the personal mastery to the team mastery, is that you can only go so far by yourself.
Right.
You can only build, a size of a business that is limited by yourself. But when you decide to shift here and flip a switch and shift into the team mastery and really bringing in consultants as well as utilizing your team to support you, that's when you can really hit momentum and you can really grow a big business. We can't do it by ourselves. We're in this together.
How does Lightning McQueen say it? Ciao!
Ka-chow!
Right?
Or
All right. And so the goal here is seamless synergy when everybody's working together. 1 + 1 = 10. And duplication of your LifeVantage business, because that's really what this is about.
So when we're looking at this, Dondee already went through it. Remember, it starts with trust. You move into using those tools, taking action with your follow-up and presenting. It's going to help you hit momentum.
Boom. Thank you for pointing out that I had those out of order.
It's
That was awesome. I appreciate keeping it.
I was trying to do it without saying that you had them out of order, but way to call yourself out there.
So the power of team integration. Team. What have we heard before? Together, everyone achieves more, right? Well, let's flip that script. Together, everyone activates momentum.
Yeah,
I like this one
I
better.
like this too.
So much better.
Good.
So it's all pieces of the puzzle that come together. And when you utilize the second T in ITT, the team, magic starts to happen. So integration happens when team members know their role. And let me explain that. So you, as the person who has an exciting business opportunity to share with someone, you've got these wonderful activating products that can really up-level someone's health, and you're really eager to talk to them. Your role is to share information. Now you've got prospects, the people that are on your prospects list. They have a role to pick up on your enthusiasm, to listen to the information you're going to share or watch or however you do your invite. And then your team also has their role. They are the advisor. They are the bridge between you and your prospect. So when everybody understands who they are and what their role is, it's when amazing team synergy happens. It's when the alignment happens, the mission, the message, the momentum, and creating movement. It all factors in.
It's also when the light bulb goes on for your prospects. Because if you don't stay within your lane of what your role is as the person that's inviting them to take a look, and you start to answer all their questions and you start to do all the things that aren't part of your role at that time, you start to help people feel like, oh my gosh, there's no way I can do this. And so another reason why it's so important for you to know what your role is as being the person that's inviting your friend or family member or even a perfect stranger to take a look at this opportunity is to help them see that, oh my gosh, I can do this too.
Yeah.
So know your role.
So based on that, I remember hearing for the very first time our dear friends, Mark and Krista Harris, when they said they made it super easy that when we had the ABC Primetime Investigative Report, so whatever video you have, let's just call it the clip, right? They say, roll the clip, make the flip, zip the lip. So roll the clip, show your video, make the flip, introduce your prospect to your team member, and then zip the lip and let the team member do all the heavy work. Don't go, hey, tell them this. Oh, and then, oh, when you're done with it, tell them this. Zip the lip. Do not get involved because now you're overstepping your role. Now you are becoming the advisor or the team support role and you're messing everything up because keep in mind what's happening. Your prospect is observing the entire thing and you are teaching them what not to do, but they're thinking it's what to do. So don't ever, ever, ever interrupt your team support person, even if they say something incorrect, because your prospect doesn't know. Only you know. Don't ever, ever, ever correct your support person. Now, keep in mind, have a support person you can count on. Don't just grab anybody. So this is knowing their role. And the support person, your advisor, knows they are there to answer all the prospects or all the questions of your prospect and to edify you. So what that would look like is, oh my gosh, I'm going to use Marci's my prospect. And let's say you are my advisor. So, okay. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to share this. Marci is a great friend of mine. She's my neighbor. We've been friends for a few years and I shared with her some information. She's really excited about it. So why don't you share some information with her? And oh my gosh, Marci, this is my friend Joe. Joe has been working with us for a long, long time. He's basically where I learn everything that I need. With everything that I've learned, he's very successful. You're going to get all your questions answered. Just pay close attention to Joe. And if you have any additional questions, I'm sure he's going to answer them for you. That's how you do it. And then you just be quiet and let Joe talk to Marci and let Marci talk to Joe. So you edify Marci to Joe and Joe to Marci. And I'm just saying Joe because I don't want to single anybody out here and leave everyone else out. So Joe is Joe Blow, the fictitious person. Okay, so that's how you do it.
Well, and I want to make some clarification here too, is that before you get your prospect connected to your team member, make sure they've seen some information. Right. Okay, make sure that they've seen that video, that clip, right, that you wanted to share with them. And then when you're doing these validations to your advisor and to your prospect, you want to make sure and just let your advisor know, it's like, hey, Marci just watched the ABC Primetime, or Marci just watched the activation video, or Marci just watched the Healthy Glow Stack video, and she's super curious and she's got some questions. And so I know that you would be the best one for her to ask those because we've been working together for a really long time. Dondee has got a lot of experience in this area, and he's just been a really great mentor to me. So that's why I wanted you to talk to him. But in that conversation, you're letting your advisor know what your prospect has seen, and so they can be prepared also to be able to help answer the questions the best way possible for your prospect, because that's what this is all about. We don't just want to, as the advisor, just start talking about everything that we have here at LifeVantage. We want to ask them what they liked best about that video and let them talk, right?
Yep, good point.
So that moves us into that communication flow.
Yep. And then opens up the 3 layers of integration. The first one is vision, making sure everybody's aligned on vision. So everyone knows why they're here. So Marci obviously knows because she's got a prospect. The prospect knows, the prospect wants information. The advisor knows this person's going to give the information. So everybody knows why they're there and unity is about to happen. Then it's just about communicating and flowing in that communication. Consistent updates, group chats, accountability. Once at least the first round of questions, and I always tell people with our prospects, you're always going to have questions. Because we've got so much new information here. We've got products coming out all the time. We've got all kinds of things, new publications, new press releases, all kinds of cool stuff. So just be ready for the communication because it comes fast and furious. And then the cultural connection, because this is one of the greatest things about network marketing. Most network marketing companies, and especially us here at LifeVantage, we have a cause. We have a purpose. Our purpose is to activate humanity. And most people don't understand the power of that. But when they do, they realize they are part of a culture. They're part of a community. And then start to celebrate those wins, recognize the effort of every person involved in the team, and then model the growth and celebrate it. High fives all around.
And right now, guys, our corporate events are so important, and they are a huge opportunity for you to be able to introduce your prospects to our amazing culture. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a corporate event like what's coming up, but the events that we have in our local areas, when you have home meetings or when you have Saturdays where there's maybe a Super Saturday training going on, those are great opportunities for you to be able to integrate your prospect into the culture of LifeVantage in a way that they wouldn't be able to experience unless they were there. So keep in mind these events, especially like the one that's coming up, hint, hint, hint.
Dallas.
You guys need to be there, right? And we're going to be talking more about that next week. So our culture that we have here at LifeVantage is unlike any other company out there. And it's just going to be getting better and better and better now that we have our new family coming in from Love Biome. So just know big opportunities when you connect people to our culture.
Seriously. Now the enrollment excellence mindset. So the key is just realize that every single person you share this with isn't going to become part of your team. Just know that in advance, but that should be part of your mindset. But it's not about selling. It's inviting people to take a look, peel back the curtain, and take a look in your purpose, in your mission, about what we are, who we are, what we do here at LifeVantage in our quest to activate humanity. And then the 3 R's of enrollment excellence. 1 is relate. Connect to your prospects. Let them connect to our products. Let them connect to the community and the culture and the feel. Connect with their needs and their goals. It's not about selling. It's about meeting a need that you know they have or they've confided in you that they have.
And you've learned these by asking them questions, by the way. The person that asks the most questions is going to be the one that wins all of the time. So get really good at asking good questions that leads you to maybe something that they have going on in their life that we have a solution to. And then that's when we can connect their need to what we have and help them fulfill their goals of changing something in their life and creating a pretty phenomenal activation story or business story along the way.
That's what I'm talking about.
So the reveal, guys, the reveal, I love the reveal. First of all, we're going to show people how activation changes lives. And there's several different ways that you can do this. First of all, with samples, right? You can sample out Axia when people can feel a difference within 15 minutes. Right? And so that could be life-changing for someone. But how about with our before and after photos?
Yeah.
All the before and after photos that we have from our hair care, our skin care, from our weight loss system, from our collagen.
Boom.
We have got thousands and thousands of those revealing before and after photos. So make sure that you're utilizing number 2 reveal in your process of enrolling your new consultants and customers.
Absolutely. And then the reassurance part. This is getting easier and easier every day. As we learn about things that are happening around the world, more and more people are leaning in and wanting activation, whether they're calling it activation or not. They're wanting a more holistic, natural approach. And you can't get more natural than empowering the human body to do what it was designed to do. It's just lost efficiency in doing so as it ages. Give them the reassurance that this is the right company. You made the right choice. These are the right products in exactly the right category. There's 1,000,001 supplement companies out there. Take your pick, but there's not that many activation companies. In fact, we are still literally the only one. So reassure, this is the wave of the future. Nobody does it like us with the scientific validity, the products that actually work, the testimonials, the reveals that you just talked about with the before and after pictures and the samples make it easy. The people want natural. They want holistic. They don't want side effects and they don't want surgery. So reassure them this is exactly where they should be.
Yeah, and just keep in mind that as you build your confidence and you're building their confidence, your confidence is going to be growing right along with it. And so your enthusiasm is going to be contagious. And where does your enthusiasm start? Well, it starts with you using the products. It starts with you talking about the products. It starts with you learning about the products. It starts with you attending events. Guys, it's so important to attend events. So important. And that confidence that you will be building is going to be such a great posture for you to be doing your enrollments from. So just know that enthusiasm is contagious and your confidence will convert to enrollments.
That's right. Now the integration flow from prospect to partner. So when they got somebody who's curious, they see some information, they've got questions, you share a tool, they've got more questions, you introduce them to a team member, they're starting to lean in, they're getting their questions answered, their objections are overcome, and they're like, okay, how do I sign up? And now they become your partner. So this is the flow from prospect to partner. First, of course, we call it the enrollment flow factory, which fits perfectly within the SC1 factory. So invite. With no invitation, you're not getting anybody to sign up. So invite, make it personal, make it authentic, and connect with them on the needs that they have or the needs that you know that they want. The second is the tool. The first T in ITT, share a video. Share your story, product story, your financial story, whatever it is. Share a link, a study, a testimonial, a before and after picture. We've got it all, guys. And then lastly, the team. Plug them into the ecosystem of support because it's broad spectrum, it's broad based. It doesn't have to be someone from your direct line of sponsorship. It could be somebody in your downline, somebody cross line, somebody in another line altogether in the company. That's one of the things I love about LifeVantage. People partner across all lines because we're all in the same boat and we're all going in the same direction. We're all part of the same community. So learn that three-part strategy there of the enrollment flow factory. Say that 3 times fast.
Enrollment flow factory, enrollment flow factory, enrollment flow factory.
Awesome.
There you go. I had to think about it a second first.
And this is a big one. Never enroll someone alone. Meaning, no, go through. Now, you may be there personally only with them and they're enrolling on your app or however you do it. What I mean is the process. Do not walk through the process of IT and then enroll them up. You got to, that second T, the team, you've got to be involved with them. Now, can you? Let's say you're super, super talented, like most of you are. Could you do it? Meaning, are you capable? Sure. Should you do it?
No.
Never. Because it teaches that new prospect. This is the flow from prospect to partner. If you leave out steps, if you do them in the wrong order, if you're like, well, I don't have anybody in my upline that's available right now, I got to get this done, and you do it incorrectly, it will come back and bite you every single time. The way you train your prospect should be the way it's done all the time. Don't take shortcuts, don't omit steps, and certainly don't leave out your team because it will never work out long term in your favor because you're training your brand new person the wrong way. Every partner should feel plugged in from day one, especially when they're going from prospect to partner.
So duplication through integration. So this is going to actually test your leadership. Okay. It's going to test how well your system duplicates and how well you follow the system, because you can't say the system doesn't work if you're not working the system correctly, right? And so keep that in mind, that if you have not been having the success that you want in your LifeVantage business, go back and do a little, self-evaluation of how you've been sharing the information with the invite, how you've been following up, how you've been using ITT, how often you have been pulling in your team. And more than likely, if you're not getting enrollments, I will almost be able to guarantee that you're not utilizing your team appropriately. Now, that's not to say that every time you bring in and utilize ITT perfectly and you have a team member help you, that you're going to get the enrollment. No, you'll still get no's. Yet your higher success rate is going to come from utilizing the system. Now, are you willing to take that test? That's the thing. Are you willing to check yourself and make sure that you're following through, doing the things that are going to lead you to the duplication that you want, right? So another reason why integration is so important, utilizing your team, is to take the pressure off of you, to take the heavy stress of the weight and the load of doing everything by yourself. When you bring in the team, that is going to lead you to less burnout and to more breakthrough in your business. Anything you want to add in there so far?
Oh, you're doing great.
Okay, so it's also really, really important being a leader, which every single one of you that's on here is a leader. You may not believe it yet, But
You are.
if you've enrolled a customer or a consultant, or if you have people that you're sharing this information with, you are leading them through a process, right? And so you really are a leader. And so you want to encourage your new partners to attend all trainings, especially all the corporate trainings and the team trainings, right? And to make sure that they start sharing their own personal story fast and often. And that means that they've got to be tracking it. And so helping them identify the things that they want improvements in their life before they get started on the products or get started in sharing this opportunity is really important so that they have their baseline, right? And then they can start noticing the improvements and the breakthroughs that they're having that's building their personal story. And they don't have to wait until the story has all unfolded. They can start sharing their story that's like, well, yeah, this is how I was feeling, and I'm noticing that my knees aren't quite as painful as they were before. Or I noticed that I'm falling asleep faster than I was before. Or I'm feeling like I have a better mood throughout the day. That's a personal story. And as put one of those things and then another and another and another on top of each other in, 6 months' time, someone can have a really phenomenal story and breakthrough in their wellness journey or in their business opportunity journey. Okay.
Yeah.
So also make sure that you are encouraging your consultants to use ITT every single day. You can do it with one person. You can do it with 10. Who do you think's business will grow faster?
10.
The one that does it with 10 people, right? Now, you may not have enough time to do that, but make sure that you're pushing the time that you do have and doing as much as you can. And then integration plus duplication is going to be where you're going to get that scalable success.
Absolutely. Now, the tools, the systems, and support. The systems create freedom. And this is the thing about systems. When they're done right and everyone follows them, they become predictable in the growth of your business. But they don't control, they allow freedom. Use them to help control, but they don't create control because nobody likes to be controlled, but everybody likes to have the freedom of a system that works predictably. So use your Team Freedom Reigns toolkit. You wanted to add something?
I just wanted to say this, not one of us got into this opportunity to have another boss.
No.
We are not your bosses. Nobody else is your boss in this. You are your own boss. And therefore, you should be really thrilled to have a system that helps you create that freedom.
Right. So in the toolkit, the Team Freedom Reigns toolkit looks like this, your ITT framework. Just use it. It's so invite, tool, team. Same thing, whether it's so show the clip, make the flip, zip the lid. That's the entire thing in the whole ITT process. And your product and your financial stories, whatever it is, whatever rank you are. I remember when we first got involved in LifeVantage back in 2009. I will never forget this guy Russell. We were selling Pro Tandem for $40 a bottle back then, and the commission was I think 40% that was our old pay plan. 40% of the first, or no, it's 25%. You got a $16, whatever it was. He got a $16 check, and he was like over the moon excited because he had tried other network marketing companies before and never got a check. And this one was $16. And Russell Blanche, I will never, ever, ever forget that story, how excited he was about that. So share your product stories, share your financial stories, even a $16 check story. I'm remembering it 16 years later. And then your weekly team trainings, whether your team is giving them, corporate's certainly giving them. This one right here, the SC1 factory training we do every Tuesday. So get involved in these. Predictably successful businesses have predictably successful behaviors. You can track them. And then lastly, the accountability threads. So if you're in text threads, if you're on Facebook team pages, you're getting involved in the exchange back and forth. You're having accountability. You're sharing your leaders. You're sharing your celebration of your brand new rank advancements of the people on your team. It's where it becomes contagious.
And you're asking your questions. And this can be WhatsApp groups. This can be Telegram threads. There are so many different places that these are set up. And when you are asked if you want to be part of something like that, you should be saying yes. You should be saying yes. They're set up for a reason, and it's to help you create that freedom, okay? And then just make sure that you're leveraging events, whether it's Zooms, it's three-way calls. You can invite people to Zooms all the time. You can invite your prospects to these Zooms just to show them This is the type of training we get. These are the people that we work with, right? It's a really great way to help build trust with your prospects even before they say yes. And in the Facebook groups that are for our prospects, inviting them in there to see what other people are experiencing and having an idea of what all the different products do before they even say yes to you, right? So
Yep.
just utilize all of these different tools that are at your fingertips.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and the more you plug in, the faster you will grow.
So true. Now celebrate, duplicate, elevate. That all rhymes, not supposed to. So celebrate every win, big or small. Celebrate your first no with your prospects, because if you celebrate that no when it comes to a yes, it's going to be super, super simple. Duplication starts with recognition and belief. And the more no's you get, the more you go through, you're going to head toward a yes. But the more you repeat the process, the more you go through the ITT, the more confidence you get, the more confident you are, the more recognition people are going to see in you. They're going to start having belief, because just because you invite them, their belief is already going to be there because you're contagious.
Mm-hmm.
They feel it in the confidence of your voice. And then elevate others into leadership. Most of the time, people, you're going to elevate them into leadership when they don't even see themselves there themselves. That's so powerful. That's one of the most important beauties of having a team, is people see the leadership in you that you don't yet see in yourself. That's priceless. And then success multiplies on when others rise. And the more it's contagious it is, what do they say? A rising tide raises all ships. So does celebration and momentum in a team.
Love it.
So the action step: integrate one partner this week and celebrate them publicly on a Facebook page, in a chat stream, in a text stream, whatever the case may be. Just celebrate them. I bet it makes them feel really good.
Mm-hmm. It'll motivate them to do more too. And then next week, guys, we actually shifted this up because we do have a really big corporate event in 2 weeks. And so we want to talk next week about the importance of attending corporate events, the commitment that it takes, the commitment to your business it makes. It helps you to build belief in many different areas, in this industry, in this company, in our products, in your leadership, in the field leadership, in our corporate staff. And you will also build belief in yourself when you attend corporate events, okay? And we are also going to be talking about how to prepare for this event to get the most out of it, okay? So we're super excited to see you next week.
Bye, guys.